Hello and welcome. My name is Kelly Lewis and I'm the Vice President of Revenue Enablement at Highspot. And I have with me today Michael Nelson, here to talk about all things trade show enablement. So Michael, can you give us a quick introduction?
Yeah, thank you, Kelly. My name is Michael Nelson. I am a Senior Manager of Revenue Enablement here at Highspot, and I really focus on our pre-sales teams.
Perfect. Okay, so one topic that is top of mind for a lot of people is post-COVID, we've gone into a world of a lot of virtual selling. And so when you send sellers and reps to trade shows, the level of enablement that's needed is very different than it was 4 or 5 years ago. And I know you've taken a great approach to making sure that your teams that you're sending are really prepared to work at those trade shows. So what type of content and enablement materials are you creating for them?
Yeah, great question, Kelly, and it has changed a lot in the last few years. The main thing that I make sure that we always have is a comprehensive sales play. And within that, you're going to have a lot of different resources. You're going to need event information. You're going to need Salesforce reports to make sure that the reps who are actually sending out invites, driving registrations, driving meetings, know exactly who to target and the messaging that they should use within that. With a great play, really reps have everything that they need to action on the event at their fingertips, really increasing adoption of those resources and ultimately driving the registrations and meetings that you're going to need to have a successful event.
Yeah, we found initially that reps weren't used to the benefits that come from a trade show. And so really selling, and you've done a great job of working with marketing on this, is like, what's in it for you and what are the benefits of making these really strong relationships at trade shows? So I also know you run a really strong training program around events and preparing individuals. Can you talk about that?
Yeah. One of the things that we found when we went back to trade shows post-COVID is that we had a lot of reps who had either never been to a trade show or hadn't been to one in like 3 or 4 years. And so what we do to prepare those reps to effectively work the booth, generate inbound leads at the event, we do a couple of different things. We have a training course that shares the event best practices learned from people who've done it before. It has those standard demo flows that they're going to need to run at the event. And then we run an actual mock booth simulation in our office. Gotten great feedback from our reps that even if they've been to a trade show before, the value of being in person, starting those conversations has really helped them feel comfortable going into the event. And that's got some great marks from reps and produced some really good results for us at those trade shows.
Yeah, it can absolutely be intimidating when you haven't done a trade show before and being comfortable in that scenario. So I love that you do those mock scenarios. Okay, so you've obviously run really successful trade show enablement. How are you measuring the success of your programs?
Yeah, I think really we look at 3 key aspects to measure success. And number 1 is pre-event enablement adoption. And so did reps utilize the sales play, the email templates that we provided to drive the number of registrations and the number of meetings that we were looking to hit? And then number 2 would be post-event adoption. And so did they leverage those resources to follow up with the inbound leads that we created from the event, convert those inbound leads at a high rate? And then lastly, most importantly, really is pipeline contribution. And so looking at our pipeline, looking at what this event contributed to it to understand, did reps effectively execute on what we were trying to do? And is this event going to be worth going back for next year?
I love that. So you're looking at leading indicators, you're looking at lagging indicators. And I think the best thing about that is a lot of those KPIs are shared between enablement, sales, and marketing. And so it really feels like a shared success.
Exactly, it is.
Nice job, Mike. Thanks for joining me today.
Thanks.